everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and we are here today to finish up with getting ready for the month of July, where we're going to be doing 1 month in my witchy bullet journal here on my channel. So last week was mega hectic. Here's today, in case you're curious. Here's my daily. Here's my current cards for a practice I'm doing. Just tuck those there. I was so busy last week. This week, weekly. Last week was so hectic and busy. We were out Tuesday. We were busy Wednesday. We were busy Thursday. We were busy Friday. We were busy Saturday. It was so hectic. So I had filmed me penciling in after my last video where I figured out my theme and did my tarot predictions, which is up above in the cards. I did do a video of me penciling in my spreads. And I then, just on my own because I was so busy, penned them in. And I was editing the penciling in and it was fucking boring. So I just decided we're just going to start fresh from here. Those predictions, I figured out my theme is embodied sparks. It's about like living your fire and such. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little... Things just feel a little weird. I feel like I'm in transition. Like I'm changing states of journaling, and that happens sometimes. What I've set up is I've got July, the title page, nothing going on yet. I do have my colors picked. I just went with classic fiery colors. I finally started getting sick of the more muted tones, but again, I just feel kind of... I feel kind of in flux. I decided to make like a big hub. So here's where my monthly goal planning based on my astrology is going on. I'm going to evaluate it here and I'm going to write some goals, and we're going to do that. I have a place to do a brain dump so I can just write down the shit I need to not forget. A place to do my sparks, because last month this stuff wasn't taking up much space. Like here's the brain dump. Here's the sparks. There's a bunch of wasted space. So I just condensed that. I have a place here to write my medical stuff. And I did decide to include a little moon tracker because, as I said in my How I Witchy Bullet Journal update video, which is up above in the cards, I often include that. And then this is just where I write my medical stuff. I have my new content planner calendar, which I am using. This is going to get filled with the videos I ended up doing because I have a dry erase calendar taped up beside my computer. So that way, because I was referencing the content calendar so much when I started making it, that I found it very much an interference that it was in my journal. So I made one in my journal, and I decided in my journal I would write the final video I end up doing for each day, so I can at the end of the month see what all I did. And then I have a bigger space here to write my videos, because this month when I started using this calendar, I didn't have a lot of space. And as you can see, there's lots of scribbling things out. So that's what I've done there. I have a place for my daily planetary messages, which is a new practice I've started. I admittedly have fallen off the wagon at this moment, but I'm excited to pick it back up. And I just, based on the day of the week, I pull a card for that planet. I believe I did a video with that, and if I did, I'll find it and link it. And then I have my daily logs. I decided to condense them. So I got that all set up. What I need to do now, because normally I'm a little bit more ahead of the game, but things have been hectic. things were very hectic last month, so I'm falling behind. So what I need to do now is I need to finish up. I need to do my goals here, and I need to go in to the July in my calendar here. This is my honeycomb personal almanac, and it does all the translating of aspects going on for me. So I need to highlight. So as you can see, I highlight every month, and I need to go in and do that here. And I don't actually tend to use the weeklies much yet. I'm hoping to get to the point where I do, but I don't yet. So I need to highlight this, and then I need to put this information in my calendar. So that's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to do now is we're going to highlight, put the information in my calendar, and I'm not actually going to show you putting it in my calendar. I've shown my Google Cal how that works. That's a video up above. But we're going to highlight this and do this and see where that takes us. So I use 3 colors. So I use 3 colors in these calendars. The colors aren't specific to anything. I just pick them. I've got green to highlight when the moon moves from one sign to another, because that is something I track. I have the pink to highlight when a planet ingresses or moves into a new sign. This is any planet besides the moon, or if a planet stations retrograde or stations direct. And then all the blue are my personal transits. So I have to go through and do this for the month of July. Let's do the moon first. Moon tends to be easier, so. Okay, so that's all the moons, all done for the whole month. Now we have to do my ingresses, so, and all the retrogrades and stuff. So here, Mars enters Taurus, and Mercury enters Cancer. And I do have to make sure to check down here because there's some overflow. Venus enters Cancer. This is interesting. Mercury enters Leo. And Chiron stations retrograde in Aries. That I want to look at that. Look into Chiron retrograde. Here is when the sun enters Leo. That's when Leo season starts on the 22nd. Oh, Jupiter stations retrograde in Aries. Okay. So the pink and the green are things that are happening for everybody. And then the blue is stuff that's just me. So the honeycomb personal almanac, what it does is it shows you all the astrological shit going on. All the blue ones are your personal stuff. All the gray ones are moon. All the black are everybody's. The gray ones are also everybody's, but they're specifically the moon. So I go through, and this is stuff that you can use when you get into more advanced astrology. So at this point, I go through and I look at which ones really stand out. So here, for example, on the 1st of July, this Friday, there's a fuck ton. I've got the sun is squaring my sun, the moon is squaring my Jupiter, and Mars or the moon is conjuncting my Jupiter, and Mars is conjuncting my Mercury. So I really want to look at that one. I want to try starting to look into sextiles more. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this. And I'm going to have a lot this season. Because I am a Cancer rising, there's going to be a lot here for me. There just is. That's interesting. And I normally do keep these two things that are interacting off of my inner planets because there's a lot of shit that can go on when you include the outer planets. And the outer planets just don't affect us as strongly as the inner planets do. At least not in my practice and not my beliefs of traditional astrology. Ooh. Ooh. That feels fucking rough. On the 17th, both Mercury and the Sun are opposing my North Node. Shit. Well, fuck. I think this month I need to look more closely at interpreting some of this stuff. That is a lot of blue. So that's how I leave this, and then I'm going to use this later, and I'm going to put the information into my my Google Calendar. If I figure out throughout the month how I like to, let me zoom you in while we do this next part. If I figure out throughout the month how I like to do interpretations more in that, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, that's it. So I have just varying shades of fiery colors. I'm not sure how I want to do this, but I think I want to do, okay. I think I want to do yellow and orange alternating for these, and then red for that. We are in Cancer season. So I'm going to start by looking at let's go through the rest and we'll end with Cancer season. So my second house area, that is the house of my resources, both tangible and intangible. So like my time, my money, my material things. I feel aggressively medium about that. So we're going to give that one a 5. Aggressively medium. So this one is, the third house is communication, ideas, in general. I want to say a 7, but I don't really know why. Like, it feels good. I feel like I'm communicating pretty well, and I'm working very hard on my communication. Ideas, on the other hand, I feel like there's lots of sparks of potential, but things still aren't quite fully landing. Where did my eraser go? Aha. There we go. Okay. The 4th house is house of home and roots. Not feeling very rooted. My home feels pretty good, but there's some things bothering me and I'm just not feeling very rooted. So, four. The 5th house of pleasure and joy. That's actually feeling pretty good. I've been feeling a lot more playful. I'm going to turn this so I can... There, that'll be easier for me to make sure I'm doing this better. 7th house of relationships. One-on-one relationships. Feels pretty good. We're going to max that one out. I feel like I'm prioritizing the relationships that I want to. I feel like we're working very hard on this. It feels good. Oh, that's 6th house. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. It's a good thing pencil crayon is mostly erasable. Okay, 6th house of day-to-day life and routines. That's not a 10. That's about a 6. We're transitioning. My son's almost done school for the year, so we're about to transition into that. And it's a bit hectic. And also we're just working on it, but things have gotten better. Like I'm developing routines for my day-to-day work at home and such. I feel like I'm figuring things out. So I gave that one a 6, and then I filled in my 7th house a 10, like I previously spoke about when I messed up. That brings me to the 8th house of others, resources. That feels really good. My wife has officially started school and she's doing way better. Things have been really good in that regard. The 9th house of spirit and study. This one I also want to put, I'm going to say a 7. I feel like I've got some pretty good foundational stuff going on, but at the same time, I also feel like there's some specific things I want to do. Like I'm realizing I don't do a lot of active like ritual work or spell work, and I want to do more. So there's some room for improvement there. The 10th house of career. This is strange for me because I feel really good about what I'm doing. At the same time, I feel very nervous because I know I need to work on my income generation and I'm working extremely hard. And so I feel great. Just at the same time, it's like I have these ball of nerves. I'm going to say it's about a 6. No, you know what? I'm going to give it an 8. Because I really love what I'm doing. I'm feeling so good about my content on my YouTube channel. I've been working hard trying to improve my content on my Patreon. I've made some great steps and I love that. I'm just still also nervous. The 11th house of community, I'm feeling way better about. Some things have shifted in my community groups and I'm just really enjoying it. And then the last one before we do the main one for this month is my 12th house of self-undoing. And that's the month I was in. And June wasn't the easiest in this, but it actually feels really good. So I'm going to put this as a 9 because it feels like I did the damned thing. like the 12th house is a very shadowy place. It's self-undoing. It's the house of retreat. It's the house of mental health. And I took a lot of really, really, really big steps in that area for the month of June. I took a lot of big steps. I did my first Reiki session. I just feel like I feel like in the part of like personal growth, I've bust out of the cocoon now and I'm kind of drying off my wings so I can fucking fly, kind of a thing. So and it feels like it's been really good, a really healthy self-undoing kind of thing. And then that brings me to my first house of self and identity. I'm going to put this one aggressively medium as well, because a lot of the self-undoing stuff that's gone on for this month has been immensely helpful in this, but there's also still a lot to do. So before I try and think of some goals, let's compare to how it was looking last month. So, my first house was a 4. It's at a 5. Great. My second house was at a 2. That's back up to a 5. My third house was at a 5, and it's up to a 7. My fourth house was at a 6. Yeah. And it's down to a 4. That's not that surprising. I'm coming up to the point where it needs some tending. My fifth house was at a 3, and it's up significantly to an 8. My sixth house went from a 3 also up to a 6. My seventh house went up to a 10. Beautiful. Everything has improved. I'm feeling a lot better this month than I did. So I think goals wise, let me think here. Do I want to zoom back in? Should I zoom back in for you guys? I forgot we were going to do some goals. Okay. My first goal I want to do goals for my identity. This is hard to do publicly. All right, let me think about that while I see if I can't get some color up in this bitch. So, I think I'm going to use the yellow for my letters. I'm not planning to do much doodle-wise. I'm not feeling super inspired to, like, doodle here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna do, like, fire. And then just do the colors. I'm not feeling... Like, I don't want to spend my time decorating these pages. I want to do more creative things in my journal. Like recently I did this. This was a reading I did. And so I want to do more things like this. And I'm just not feeling... I actually just remembered I forgot to write down a deck I got in this year. Wild Wisdom. Okay. Anyways, the point is, I'm gonna do red. I just don't feel a lot like doodling this month. I don't know quite why, but I don't. So I'm probably just going to have just color. And that happens sometimes. Like sometimes I just don't feel much like coloring. My goals. I might have to do these goals off camera. I don't know. For now, let's just keep getting things ready, because I got shit to do. So, just occurred to me as I'm doing this that this month could be maybe helpful for me. This month has, because it's Cancer season, the new moon is in Cancer. Tomorrow, in fact, from when I'm filming this. I'm filming this on Monday. You're gonna see this, I don't know, Wednesday, maybe. The full moon, or the new moon, is Monday, or is tomorrow, and it is, and the new moon is in Cancer, which is a big deal for me, because that's where my rising sign is, and my Chiron. I've got lots of stuff. And then the the full moon is in Capricorn. And Capricorn is where I have some other stuff, like my Capricorn has other stuff like my descendant sign. So I feel like those moons could hopefully help me out in learning some stuff. There. Extra color. Looks awful, but this month they're just trying to get it done. Okay, so this page is pretty well set up. I still... Oh, these goals. Okay. I'd like to decide about my dresses. The theme doesn't end. I still have identity issues, and I'm forever trying to understand myself. You know what? I'm going to try and read the Enneagrams book, because my Enneagram type, I feel like, might be a bit helpful. I want to live by Rose's rule, which is a thing from Lisa's channel membership. You can check out Lisa's channel up above in the cards, but it's a thing where it's based... we just talked about who cares how you look, wear the clothes that you feel amazing in. So I want to live by that kind of thing. I want to do I want to do maybe some sort of an identity reading. I can't think of anything else. I truly can't. So I think at this point, my best bet is to just finish up, add some color to the rest of these, and yeah. So I'm going to do that super quickly for y'all. That is what I get for sketching. For what I get for quickly sketching when I know it doesn't feel good. So this is what this process looks like when I'm in a weird headspace. I got a title page. It's just got fiery colors because that's really just, I'm just not feeling very inspired about this. And perhaps, I just got an idea. Perhaps it's because my card of the month is the Emperor. And that is a shadowy place for me. It's something I've started to feel better about, but it's still a shadowy place for me. So I just added to the goals for shadow work the Emperor. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I feel resistant, but I don't feel like I have ideas for like a theme. Like I know my theme is embodied sparks, and it's supposed to be about like doing the thing, but I'm feeling it all feels weird. So this is what happens. We end up with a big mess. I've got my July page hub, my content calendar. There's my horribly drawn flame. And then I just kept colors, and that's it. So that's it. We are all ready. The important thing is these spreads are usable. I'm excited about the way the spreads are set up. I'm excited to give a try. I'm excited to see how things go for this month with doing my journal with you. I am excited. I just also am feeling kind of listless about some of this stuff. Like I just am. Anyways, this video has been going for a while. So I'm going to let it go here. I hope you enjoyed this rambly mess, and I will see you very, very soon to start off 1 month of my witchy journals. And yeah, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to let me know if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't hit already. Hit that bell notification so you can come on back nice and easily. In the description box below, you can find my website where you can book services with me. I do journaling consultations. I'm much better at problem solving for other people than I am for myself. And I do astrology consultations as well, where I can teach you about your astrology so you can work on some cosmic magic. I have lots of readings available, most of them involving tarot and astrology combined, which are very predictive. And I'm working on adding some more just regular tarot readings for you. So you can check that out. If you have a question or a request or anything, you can send me an email at thecraftedwitchery@gmail.com. That is also in my description box, and you can find my Patreon there where you can join and help support things and get some extra perks and such. And yeah, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you again very soon. Lots of love. Bye.